Welcome friends, in this one, this is the 1997 AP Calculus BC test multiple choice section. The length of the path described by the parametric equations x equals cosine cubed of t and y equals sine cubed of t for 0 less than equal to t less than equal to pi over 2 is given by one of the following choices. So we need to see which one it is. Let's just remind ourselves of the formula. So L is then the definite integral that basically goes from 0, and in this case this would be pi over 2, what's given there. And then the setup is this one. You basically take any form x prime, the derivative with respect to t, you square it, plus then you set up y prime, and then you square that quantity, and then here you write dt this way. You need to make use of this formula for the length of a parametrically defined curve. In our case, the form x prime, I'm going to proceed as follows. Differentiate. So I'm going to do 3 cosine squared of t, like this, and then you have to multiply by the derivative of the inside, which is the cosine function in this case. So that would be negative sine of t this way, which normally we would write as probably negative 3 cosine squared t and then just sine of t. Now you have to form y prime, so y prime is 3 sine squared of t. The inside is a sine function, so multiply by it in terms of the derivative there, so that would be another cosine of t. Then you have to build up the square root expressions. That square root expression is this one, remember. Negative 3 cosine squared and then t and then sine of t, this quantity squared, plus and then 3 sine squared and then t and then cosine t and this quantity squared this way. You have to simplify this, clean it up a little bit. So on the square root symbol, there's a 2 in this position, just distribute it to the negative 3, the cosine squared and the sine t. So it becomes negative 3 squared, which is 9. Cosine squared becomes cosine to the 4th t, and then sine squared becomes just sine squared this way, and then plus. Same thing for the other one. 3 squared will give you a 9. Sine squared becomes a sine raised to the 4th, and then cosine squared becomes that, just that, cosine squared of t. Which means that lastly, once you put the pieces together with the formula, you would have defined length L is defined as a definite integral from 0 to. You just plug this as the integrand and then add the dt, the differential there at the end, which in other words then tells us that the correct choice would be D right here, if you compare them very carefully. And that is it, friends. So if it's been helpful, please leave a like, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in another video.